Today I'm going to be talking about another Dojin fighter. This one is Breaker's Special. This game has several different versions and a sequel. The specific version I'm talking about today is Breaker's Special '09, the final version of the first game. I will talk about the sequel at some point in a separate video because I do think it's interesting and it's different enough that I think it's an entire other subject. There's also a website that has a bunch of information about this game, including the move list and some mechanical stuff. I'll have that linked in the description. I'm pretty sure there's also a download there if you want that. The developer for this is a fairly prolific Dojin fighter creator, specifically of 2D fighter maker variety. There are quite a few of them. Those are also on that website if you're really curious. Up next, we're going to talk real quick about the UI. You can see there's a giant health bar at the top below the names. Then there's this bar below that. That's the guard bar. We'll talk about that in a second. Then there's the OK meter, which is used with the C button. We'll talk about that in a second. Then at the bottom, you have your super meter. There's also this little logo. We'll talk about what that's for. The super meter, you can see that I spent it here. I should let you know that you always start a versus match with 3 bars of meter. You start with max meter no matter what. In terms of buttons, you have your light, D, your medium, B, A, not B, your heavy is B, C, which is this dash move we'll talk about in a second, and then there's also E, which does 2 different things. In training mode, it cycles between crouch, jump, and standing. I'm in training mode, so that's all you can see. And on certain characters, if you see that little A above the meter, that is a little indicator of which mode your character is in. On certain characters, you can press that button before the round starts to change modes into a slightly altered one. For movement, you've got forward dashing and back dashing. Forward dash is a run. You can super jump. You can regular jump. And you can air dash, but it is exclusively air dashing forwards. Pretty much all of these can be canceled, especially the air dash. You can cancel something like that. You can cancel into it from basically any air normal and cancel it into basically any other air normal. It's pretty good. Blocking in this game is fairly standard. You got high block, low block. You can't block in the air, and you see that little yellow bar underneath the health bar. That is the guard gauge. It fills up enough you get guard broken. It fills up pretty slowly, but it also depletes pretty slowly, so it is kind of a real risk. Also, you can break guards with throw by pressing forward or back and B. Now I'm going to talk about this game's kind of main mechanic, which is the dash button. You can use this in neutral, and it's essentially just a dash unless you're doing forward, in which case it's this weird hop thing that you can do jumping normals out of. It's pretty okay. And on hit or on block, you can use this to cancel normals into movement, essentially. You can use this to cancel them into a jump, a forward dash, or a back dash. Forward and back dash both need the button, and jump is just up. You can do this on hit or on whiff. You can use it to guard cancel, and if you guard cancel forward, you can also guard cancel back. There is a hit of armor on that dash. That is still not everything it can do, because you can also use it to back dash on wake up. There's also this mechanic called wall hit. A bunch of moves have this, including some throws, where you do it and it hits them into the wall. When this happens, and the text wall hit, you can tech it. You can either go straight up with any input besides forward, or, if I can time it right, forward. It's actually pretty generous to do, and it's pretty strong. However, you cannot attack out of this, and you can't block in the air. You are invincible for pretty much the entire time, but if you can read this, you can definitely put them into a mix-up. Okay, some other thing I should probably mention is that a bunch of characters have reversals they can do on the ground. For example, Jin's here is this move. A lot of them are like conventional-ish reversals. You know, your DPs, your flash kicks, something that goes up like this. But you also get stuff that's like, oh, that's a weird jank, like kind of slightly invincible low. Also, and I didn't really know where to put this, and I can't really show it. There is some minor jank with the combo counter in this game. Once you hit 50 hits, it just kind of bugs out and stops working. It disappears for the rest of the game. I don't know why it does that, but it does. If you want to access training mode, this is how you do it. You go here from the main menu, go into 1P mode, choose your character. There's a little demonstration. You can just skip it by pressing a button. Then this here is training mode. It'll take a second to load, and then you will be faced in a mirror match with the character you selected. Most of the time, there's a couple of characters this doesn't happen for, but this is it. I already mentioned that you can use F to change things earlier, but if you pause the game, you can leave this by pressing A, B, and C together. This works for all modes. This is Dao. She is kind of the face of the game. If you're familiar with any character from this game, it's going to be her. She's going to be in a lot of 2D Fighter Maker games as a guest character. She's a Shoto with kind of slow and stubby buttons. She's got this palm strike attack, a couple of command normals. This is her DP. There's light and medium versions, and this fireball that is slow but huge. There is some jank with this fireball. If you do it immediately after a sweep, it restands. I don't think you can combo off of this. She's got 3 supers. She's got this one, which is just a DP super. It's okay. She's got this super, which is great. It's super easy to confirm into off of basically everything and does the best damage of her 3 supers. And she's got this level 3, which is a beam super that does not great damage. She's also got an alt mode, which changes her fireball with this, which does not do that, but does launch, and allows her to do this super in the air with a completely different input. This is Ryu, and Ryu has a lot of moves. You've got a fireball, you've got like this combo under. That was actually the EX fireball, which she also has and is extra hits and does more damage. This is a command grab. She's got low forward. Her standing light's a low. But almost all of that doesn't matter because she has one of the best moves in the game. This dive kick is absurd. And you can combo into this dive kick super for crazy damage. And if they don't tech it at the wall, it does stupid damage. Yeah, and this character just kind of just does this dive kick all day. It's really good. There is no minimum height on it. It gives you really easy high damage combos if you dump meter into it. I don't even think what I'm doing there is optimal. I think you can get more damage out of it. And you've got this combo ender, which leaves you with a super good position. You've also got this combo ender if you want to do damage. This character is just kind of conventionally strong. Ryu's alt mode does 2 things. One, it changes her fireball to that. It just kind of is a generic attack. And 2, it gives her command grab more frame advantage. So your choice here is, do you want a mediocre fireball or do you want your command grab to have better frame advantage? And in case you're curious, it does not affect the EX fireball. That is the same. This is Megumi. She doesn't seem all that good, to be honest. You don't really have a lot going for you. You got this DP move, which is really big and honestly probably her best move. Your super is really awkward to combo into and always wall hits. This move is interesting. It side switches and is pretty nice in combos, actually. You got 3 command normals that are all kind of funny. This one gives you really good Oki. This one just doesn't work sometimes. And this one is a numbers move because you can cancel it with the dash button. It seems pretty good. I've also got this canned mix-up with this command run, but it's not great because it's really slow and you can't combo into it. And there is also an alternate Megumi. It does one thing. It replaces your air version of this with this move. Believe it or not, this move's not good. It's really awkward to hit, and the hitbox is not great. You can't really combo into it. And again, the hitbox is not great. It does do good damage, and I'm pretty sure you can combo out of it, though. This is Jinko, and she seems like a pretty good, pretty solid character. You got this tackle special that just does absurd damage, and you got a lot of other stuff. You got this move, just kind of a neutral tool. You got a fireball that's not great. It's got a big dead zone. You've got this Rekka. You've got a DP kind of move that has a follow-up that ground bounces. You've got another one of those press C to cancel or press dash button to cancel moves. You got pretty decent supers. That one's a single hit that does a lot of damage. And this guy does another lot of damage, but is multi-hit and wall bounces. Also, your crushing medium knocks down, and that's 2 hits if you juggle it right and time it right. It's kind of weird to do. See there. Yeah, it just seems like a pretty solid, pretty basic character. I think you can get multiple tackles in a combo if you do something like that, but I'm not very good at it. Jinko does have an alternate mode. It changes this so it no longer knocks down, makes this super cost 2 bars, but it does more damage. And it also slows down the cancel window on this move. Not a crazy amount, but it is slower. This is Sarah. She's this game's dedicated grappler, and not only are the system mechanics pretty okay for her, she does like the dash button. She's got a lot going for her as well. You know, you got a bunch of standard grappler things, really good regular throw. That's an anti-air. This is the anti-air grab. That was just a whiffed command grab. You got this move, which is just kind of this generic ender thing, this drop kick charge move, this lariat attack that's not great, this lariat super that is really good. It does a ton of damage. You got SPD supers, you got an SPD regular, and you've got your best tool, this hit grab. You get a combo out of it. You probably want to do that to drop kick, but you can also, I don't remember the exact route, but you can get that into super somehow. It's pretty good and makes her way scarier when she's strike throwing you because her strike is really good. Alt mode Sarah does 2 things. One, it replaces that really good hit grab with that move, which is a lot worse, but isn't bad. It's more of a combo ender. And 2, it replaces her air dash with this move, which is one of the best combo tools that she has, if not the best. You can get really, really easy, really good damage out of it. That's like an easy 50%. That's not even an optimal combo, I don't think. You can probably do a little more in there, and you can definitely do a little more with a different starter. It's pretty crazy. Cuts down on your mobility, but it just makes you way scarier. This is Akira. She is a resource management character with some pretty interesting command normals, including this guy, which is poke. This is a really good launcher. This is just a dive kick that's good. And this is another launcher that's not as good. Basically, you can use this move to get more orbs, and then you can spend the orbs on different attacks. And these are really good. And as you can see, you could have as many of them on screen as you want. That does include multiple versions of the same one. So yeah, have fun with that. You can just do a ton of stuff. Other than that, you know, your alt mode just changes one of your supers. That's really awkward to do. A little bit. It's not really that interesting. You just kind of sit there, do that, and if you want to spend some meter, you do this super because it stuns them if it hits. And you get a combo. It's pretty good. This is Kay. Kay is the weirdest character in the game. Kay's unique thing that makes her weird isn't even the only time I have encountered a character with this exact set of things. I know of another one in a game I will probably talk about eventually. And that is that Kay is a boxer who cannot jump. This is what happens when you press up. It's like a sway, and you can do this to back and forth to do that. Otherwise, you're just kind of a character with an absurdly long list of Rekka moves. Um, there's a million of these. But the interesting thing she's got is quarter circle forward light, which is this little sway thing, which just takes a step back. And yeah, you can do stuff like that. I think with some execution, this is a really interesting move. She does have an alternate mode. It just changes her super because she has a low health version and it gives her access to it when she has 3 bars. That's it. This is Hakuto, who's a pretty well-rounded character. You got a Fireball Rekka, you got this like DP-esque move, you got this like weird poke thing. You have throws that are actually pretty good. They launch, but I'm not sure you can combo off of them. You got this, which auto goes into this super, which isn't a great super at wall hits. You have Pizza Cutter. You have this dive kick thing that's pretty good in launches. You have this super, which is relatively simple to combo into and does great damage. And in some situations gives you good Oki, and others it doesn't. You got this. You're just kind of a generic, pretty alright character that can do a lot of different things. Alternate Hakuto does 2 things. One, it changes her fireball. It changes not her fireball. It changes her EX fireball to this, which is actually a pretty good move. In combos, it's a nice ender, but it's not as good in this version because you have the Oki Ball. It's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. You get a knockdown, you do this, you get another knockdown, you loop it again, and it's really plus, and it launches, and you can get it into another one. Something like that. Yeah. It's really dumb. That move's really, really good. This is Kanna, and she's kind of one of the least interesting characters in the game. She's just kind of a sumo character. You have this one Rekka. It only really comes out in full hit, and you mash forward and light. It just continues. Yeah, your throw wall bounces, by the way. That's your reversal. You can get a combo off of it, but it's something very limited. And you also have this command grab. That is not the command grab. That's the command grab. It's okay. Gives you good Oki. That's kind of everything you've got. This character is not interesting. This is Yumi, and she is a character that is remarkably inconsistent. In terms of good things, you actually have a really good throw. I think you can combo off of this, but I don't really know what the routing is. This is your reversal. It's just kind of an axe kick that grounds, and the air version leaves standing, so your mileage may vary. You got this Rekka. It's really inconsistent. Your other really, really good move is this. It's a hit grab, but it's really hard to combo out of reliably. See, the Rekka don't work there. Also, this is your super. It stops working if your opponent is too far away or if they're in the air. It does give you a combo after, though, so that's nice. This here is the first of our 4 guest characters. This is Rin. She is from a game called Slash, which is the English word, and it's just that single word, so it was very annoying to find this. I did find it, however. There's 2 versions of it. I haven't done a whole lot of looking into it. There's an original and a remake, but it seems pretty promising. Here is some footage of the remake. Anyway, Rin's gameplay isn't that complicated. You just kind of got a bunch of pretty decent buttons. You got a 100-hand slap. It has like, you see there, that weird vacuum effect. You got a bunch of specials. You got this, and you got this, and you got this guy, which actually seems pretty good. You got this. And they all have EX moves, you got this EX move is probably the best one. if I can land it, because it does that and you get a combo. And then you can do something like that and it does crazy damage. The big dragon kick EX move is a kind of awkward 626 input because it overlaps with this, which is 2-6, and it can be kind of annoying to do. You know, a bunch of these EX moves, you know, you're pretty good at using meter. This guy is not good. Don't ever use that one. Your throws launch. You just kind of got a pretty simple game plan, I guess. You're kind of just a strike throw, aggressive in your face-ish character. This is Neo. Neo has some strange-ish moves. You got this chain attack that takes you in, and you can use this to like strike throw. You got a bunch of like decent enders. This knocks down. This knocks down. This is like a fireball that's weird. You have this gun move that is like super strange. It's a fireball, but only at like specific ranges. And you have one of the best supers in the game. That's a command grab. No, I am not joking. Yes, it costs 2 bars, but you know, you do something like this. They can't do anything about that, by the way. I've tried. It doesn't. I don't know if it works on everything, but like it works with that move. It works with the knife kick. It works with your other level 1 super. You get that for free. Also, because I didn't mention it earlier, this is the second guest character. I think she's just someone's OC. This is Rano, guest character 3. She is a guest from Tales of Moon. It was an annoying process, but I did manage to figure out what this is. So here's a little quick story time on that. Okay, so the first thing I found when I started looking for whatever Tales of Moon is a couple Mugen characters of Rano. Specifically, I started with Rano because I didn't have any luck with Tales of Moon, because that is, when you search that, it just gives you a porn game. You're going to have to take my word for that. This is slightly funny for reasons that we'll get to in a minute. Anyway, it was just some Mugen characters of her and like 4 images on Pixiv and 3 on Danbaru. That's not a lot, but it did give me leads. Check Mugen, specifically Japanese Mugen. Using some context clues, I do think a couple of these Pixiv posts that have the same person posting them, I think they're the creator of this character, but I'm not sure. So yeah, the name of the game is in English on the character sheet, so I can't like just use the Japanese name in case that's what you're thinking. I only have Tales of Moon in English. Okay, so I just keep looking harder into Mugen, and then I find one of a character of her with a swimsuit. Unfortunately, I don't have the link to that anymore. I did not keep very good records here, but there I found a link to the creator's website. I can't show you this. They make porn games. They make a lot of them. And they feature Roll from Mega Man and Cham Cham from Samurai Showdown. Use your imagination there. Anyway, the download link there is dead, so I don't know anything about it. It appears to be a fighting game, and it may or may not have adult content. Okay, small update there. I do have the game. I don't know how I got it, but I have it. I do not keep very good organization of my files, so I was just kind of going through and checking what files of like Dojin fighters I had, and I found it. It's a demo. It has 2 characters. This is some footage. Unfortunately, I cannot link anything about it because I have no idea where I got it. Rano is a pretty alright offensive character. You have a really weird reversal. It's that. This is a charge attack that you can hit confirm into a launching follow-up. You got like this for pokes. I think you get really, really good mileage out of the hop dash because you have this button. You have your jumping light and your jumping medium are both really good, and so is your crouching light. You also have a command grab, if I can do it right. it's pretty all right. Gives you good Oki. Um, there's other weird stuff too, like that's an EX move. You have a cinematic super for some reason. It's decent, gives you really good Oki. And you have this super. Oh my god. It's pretty good as an anti-air, and you might be able to combo off of it too. This is our fourth and final guest character. She's a guest character in another fair few 2D Fighter Maker games. It's Xenon. She is from My Girls. That may be a series. The one I have is My Girls Revolution. Unfortunately, I don't really have footage from this game or know a lot about it because it's just really, really unstable. I think it's a modern operating system thing. You probably set up a virtual machine to get around it, but I have not gotten around to doing that, so unfortunately, that's kind of it. Gameplay wise, Xenon is a bit weird. It's not as pronounced in this game as it is in some others, but gameplay wise, she is a fusion of two characters, and you're never gonna guess the two. That's right. It's Marvel vs. Capcom Magneto, which here is mostly seen via normals, and Rugal. um, you know, like I don't even really know. You have Kaiser Wave, and you do it 3 times. You have Genocide Cutter. You have this command grab. It's really good, actually. You also have this Fireball. It's really good. It lingers and it makes it really easy to meaty. If you hit an airborne opponent, it like stuns them and you get a juggle. This move is great for combos because you can combo into it out of your slide, and it's pretty consistent. This is just kind of another poke. You got this is another combo tool. You got this. It's another combo tool that also lets you retreat. This button is great because it launches. You just have a lot of stuff going for you. Xenon is the first character in a while with an alt mode. It's just this becomes way bigger and a little better for combos, I think. And your air fireball gets changed into a laser. The laser always wall hits, but it might be nice for zoning. This is Maria. This is another not that interesting character. You got these missiles. They seem pretty okay for Oki. You got this air command normal that seems it seems all right. There's definitely some uses for it. You know, you got a DP, you got a Rekka, you got that little tackle thing. You got another one of these moves where you can cancel it with the dash button, and you have a weird super. This costs 1.5 bars if you don't press heavy during it, but if you press heavy, it only takes 1 bar. I didn't time it right. So here it is. That's the heavy version. I don't know why it works like that, but it does. And in case you're curious, all alt mode does is change that into a beam, the rockets into a beam. This wall hits from like most ranges, but it does a ton of damage. This is Warashi. You're kind of like a weird setup character. You got some really good buttons. This is your jumping heavy. It's huge. This is your standing medium. It's huge. You've also got a bunch of like summon moves and a DP and this super, which does stupid damage for 1 bar. It does less damage when you combo into it, but there. You also got a command overhead. And this super, which I mentioned this earlier, it breaks the combo limit because it goes up to 50. On normal hit, that might not have, but that's 2 hits. So you can see that the combo like counter has stopped working because a combo has hit 50. So that thing I mentioned earlier, I forgot that this happened with it. So there's an example. Alt mode Warashi does 4 things. Her DP becomes this. Her medium summons, which is the spin, and like the upwards one become those 2. And that 150 hit super, that's the wrong input, becomes this I don't think that super's very good, to be honest. This is Jin. He just kind of seems like a good, conventionally strong character. You got parries, you got a high and a mid, you got a DP, you got a DP that ground bounces, a really shallow ground bounce, which you can pick up with your lightning legs. You also have air lightning legs. It's just your heavy. It's actually really good for combos. I dropped that. You can get something like that meterlessly, but you can also just do this. And you can loop that. I dropped it, but you get the idea. It's pretty good and pretty easy. Super wise, you're also pretty lucky. You have two pretty good ones. You got this guy. It's relatively simple to confirm into. It does good damage and gives a good knockdown. And you have this one, which is also pretty easy to confirm into, does better damage and side switches. If you're curious, all this character's alt mode does is that one side switching ground super, it changes the grounded version to that. There is an air version in both modes, and it's still the same thing. It's not a parry super. I think this next character's name is a non-fluent in English or Chinese person's way of spelling Zhao Long, but that doesn't really matter because this character is really, really simple. You just confirm into this Rekka, and it gives you a knockdown, and it's pretty good. And in the corner, you mix it up with throw, and that gives you a combo, and it gives you the same knockdown, and it's pretty good. You have meter, you do this super, and it gives you a good knockdown, and it's pretty good. This is Azami. I lied earlier. There is one more guest character. This is her. She is from Axel City, and she's, kind of a Shoto character. You got a DP, you got fireballs. This is your Tatsu. You have a command grab and an anti-air command grab. DP super that's pretty good and launches. Because of the way it landed, it doesn't really show that. But you also have this. It's one of the best supers in the game. You remember the Oki ball from earlier? This is the Super Oki ball. I don't know if it's actually better because it's a little harder to combo into and requires resources. As you can see, you don't quite get back the meter fast enough, but it's still pretty good. This is Maturi. Maturi is not very good. This is your reversal. That one's not your reversal. This is your reversal. There's two moves that look almost identical on her. She's got this hit grab that does actually change the combo counter, and her kind of unique gimmick is these moves. There's one for each button strength, and they kind of are almost identical. What the difference is when you press the button again, a rock happens, and it's on an increasing delay for each button strength of the command. So for light, it's almost instant. For medium, it's after a short delay. For heavy, it's after a long delay. And the distance also changes. So this is the medium one and medium, and this is the heavy one and heavy. So if you press the button, and you can do that with all of them. So this is light and heavy. It's pretty okay. I think they're huge projectiles, and they seem like they might be pretty decent. Also, you have this super, which is honestly kind of all right and kind of cool looking. And your throw's good too. All right, now we arrive at the game's last character, and the one I'm almost certain is a top tier. This is Sachiko. This is her fireball. It launches. You can get it to combo into yourself at some ranges. This is her standing medium. It's huge. This is her standing heavy. It's huge. You also have this move, which is a combo ender that gives you incredible Oki. You've got that move, if I can land it. It's a hit grab that doesn't scale. It's a hit grab that doesn't scale and lets you continue the combo. It's good. You've got a couple of supers that are pretty good. They have a strange input. It's charge down back quarter circle forward. The first is a command grab super that cannot whiff. If you try to whiff it, you'll probably just get fireball. It's like a built-in option select. Also, your throws are good. It's crazy. Other than that, this button, pretty decent buttons besides those. And your other super, your level 2, you have 3 supers. There's also Raging Demon. It's not very good and is really finicky to actually do. Is this, and that's an extension. And you can loop it into this, which if the opponent can't tech against the wall, it does give you a corner infinite. A spacing was messed up there, but you're gonna have to trust me on that. It's fake, but it exists. Ult mode Sachiko does two things. It replaces her command grab super with this, which spawns some fireballs on the screen that kind of then automatically go out. It seems pretty good for zoning, actually. It costs 2 bars, so it is a little expensive, but you saw how much damage that did when one of them hit, so that's pretty nice. And the other thing it does is it makes the broom super cheaper. It's about the same, though, so it's still pretty good. Yeah, that's kind of all I got. This game is fun. It's cool. Go play it.